items that you've never seen before. These have never been presented before at QVC. We bring them to you right now from our own exclusive line of handy-dandy tools in the kitchen, Prepology. Not one, although it would be great at $19 and change when we show you all the stuff your shears are going to do. You get both 2 kitchen shears, although kitchen's almost a misnomer because you can take it all over the house. We'll show you that too.
Yeah.
For less than $20, we got 4 colors available for you. I'll lift them up. Here's the purple. Then we have the blue. Next up is going to be your green, out of my reach. And there on the end is the red. They are locking, they're self-sharpening, and there's even a hidden tool in there, which I'll show you in a second. You got to stick around to see it.
That's right. Now, what's great about this is, you know, kitchen shears, I mean, we all need kitchen shears.
Like a paring knife, right?
Yeah,
You got to have it.
Exactly. You know, from everything for the whole chicken, if we're going to break that down, which I will, we'll get to it. It'll probably be the last thing I do.
Okay, best for last.
But what's great about this is delicate things like herbs. So we have here the parsley, and then we have the chives when we're doing the baked potato, and we need to do, or the twice baked potato, and we need to do the chives on that. So that's great for that. If you just want to snip the ends of your green beans when you take them in from the garden, perfect for that as well. And I just did this today at the growers market, picked up some leeks. So we can actually take the green part off that we don't use in cooking and even shave off the roots on the end. So that's pretty cool too. And then can you actually attack an entire head of celery? Yes, you can. You can do the whole head,
impressive.
or you can do the individual stalks like this, and then like right into, I know, isn't that amazing?
So you don't have to be a knife pro, right? You know, like Chef does, he goes, and I'm like, oh, I would have lost a knuckle or two by now. Now it's the safe way to cut your fruits and vegetables.
That's right. And then things like rosemary, because it has that woody stem to it, so you need something that has a little more heft to it. And what's great about it is I'm using the same pair, and they're self-sharpening even as we go. So let's go to...
So as the blades are crossing each other, basically they're sharpening every single time. Is that how it's working? Okay, great.
Yeah. So we can continue on with something like tin, right? So we've got that.
Well, you can, but most shears can't.
That's right. And I'm going to continue using the same pair through, so you can see that it actually is self-sharpening as we go.
That's why I said it wasn't just for the kitchen.
That's right.
Right? Take a look at this.
Look at this electrical wire. So this is like the kind of wire that you have with your cable, your television. Phone wire. Okay, so you have the double wire like that, and it'll cut right through that copper wire just like that when we're trying to clip coupons, and those are
I'm sorry, this is what I was looking for. If it wasn't in there, I was going to talk about it here. This packaging that's the bane of your existence, right? Whenever you get batteries or anything else, or those Christmas gifts and the kids have them with the toys in them, and you're like, oh, hang on. And it's actually dangerous, right? But I'm cutting right through it. So Christmas morning, this is going to be your best friend. We were talking about this earlier. I know we don't have an example of this.
No.
If you're out there and you have kids, you probably know where I'm going already when I talk about toys. When all those dolls and everything are twist tied 15 different times to the cardboard that it comes with, and you're sitting there untwisted. No, no, no. Take the shears, snip through all of them, get the toy out of there so the kids can play with the toys. It's for so much more than the kitchen. Only you don't just get one. You get the set of 2 because you're going to want one for the kitchen. Then you're going to want one for the garden. You're going to want one for the crafting area. You want one for the garage. Gift wrapping, your new best friend.
And in the garden, speaking of which, when you're doing pruning, or just, you know, when we pick up the flowers at the supermarket and they're in the cellophane, and we've got to get through that. And then, you know, you've got to trim the stems as well. And these stems,
I mean, I've tried those with like your regular scissors.
That's
and it'll twist them. They're not strong. They're not built for that, right?
No,
the scissors are for coupons.
That's right.
This is for the heavy duty stuff.
That's right. And then right here, we can get through actually the cellophane as well, and that peels right off, and then we've got the flowers right into the vase. And then, you know, the thing about the stems is it's like 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds, and then you got to get it in the water.
Hey, these are locking, as you can see right here. So if you squeeze them together, that lock will pop open, squeeze it back together again, and they're locked, which means they're safer, right? That's important. There's a little secret tool in there that I promised to show you, Chef.
That's right. So we've got a bottle opener, and it's right there on the bottom blade. Look at that. So we can open bottles very, very easily.
Clearly designed for Americans, right? You got to get to your root beer, got to get to your beer. It's got the bottle opener on there, too. Or if you ever wanted to, don't.
Yeah.
But you could cut right through an aluminum. That just shows you the power of it, right?
That's right.
You've never seen this before on air. We're holding up the green and the red. It's also available in blue and in purple. Feature price $19.97. So it breaks down to less than $10 for one of those tools, when we're talking about all the fun gadgety things, this is indispensable.
That's right.
Your paring knives, your hand mixer, the things that you're going to be using in the kitchen on an almost daily basis, this is what you're using on a daily basis. Only it's maintenance free because it self-sharpens every single time.
That's what I really like about it. And I can use that same pair all the way through. But because we had little metal pieces on that, I'm actually just going to go ahead and do this.
That's why I love watching QVC. We show you so many ideas that you don't even think of. Because I have kitchen shears, I can promise you I've never used it to cut through the pizza.
Now, this is something that Eric tells me. I'm going to actually put the pizza down to do this
don't
because
do
no hovering with the pizza. It'll end up on the floor. His mother used to cut the pizza with scissors. So we were like, okay, this is an interesting idea, but it actually does it. Goes all the way through the pizza. That's a very cool thing to see.
Cut the individual slices.
I know.
I love that.
And then look at this. This is just indoor-outdoor carpeting, but it's that really tough base on the bottom. But look at that. It's just cutting right through it.
Yep.
And we've got those little pieces coming right off, and that's a very thick carpeting right there.
Right.
And we've got, look at that, right
and
there
that really
again.
just goes to show you, if it can do this, it can do your celery.
That's right.
It can do the flowers. It can do heavier duty things as well, or the everyday tools. That's why here at QVC, we're so proud to offer you the things that you're going to use on a daily basis. When it breaks down to less than $10 a piece, for the number of times that you're going to use it, it's a huge value, and it comes from Prepology, a line that we've had here for many years at QVC that is really geared towards giving you the tools that you're going to use all the time.
Okay, so now this, it's actually cutting right through the breastbone of the chicken. And we need those shears all the time in the kitchen. We can actually break down the entire chicken if we wanted to. So we just actually did a splatty chicken there. And then if I want to, I can actually go through the backbone as well. It is just sharp enough to go all the way through the backbone, all the way up the spine of the chicken.
Well, and there's a good example of why we're giving you two, right?
Yes,
one
that's
strictly
right.
for the kitchen use, and then one for everywhere else. This is going to be a hand wash item. QVC's price $23, and we roll that back a little bit with an extra treat. It's what we call a feature price. Let us know if you want the purple, the blue, the green, or the red. Remember, even that, like the tools, the hard use tools,